Hi Fathomers. This being my first upload of 2025 is crazy. I thought we would kick it off with a part 2 of a video you all really liked and some of you wanted me to do again. So we're looking at more anonymous confessions from the MLB Confessions account today, even though they follow my op. Anyways, let's get into it. If this is a safe space, I genuinely don't have the energy to care about Adrian's feelings and Adrian in general. I feel nothing for him. No remorse. No sympathy. He is nothing to me and I feel nothing for him whenever he comes on screen. Even when Gabriel Monarch died, I feel nothing for him. He can get over it anyways. He got the money and Natalie and Maribug. He should not be that depressed about it. And he was rude to Maribug when he yelled at her, so I only feel sympathy for her in this situation of Gabriel or whatever and no one else. She's the one who's innocent and I only feel bad for her, honestly. Mind you, she's only 14 and dealing with so much more than he is, and people seem to care more about him when she's the one who's dealing with PTSD and the weight of the world. Even lied for the sake of her boyfriend's happiness, and that can ruin her reputation. Adrian only got a neglectful dad and he is just too dramatic when Maribug has dealt with so much and stuff and he isn't even that important to me and he should man up. Can't say this on main because then I will be attacked, so.
Siri, leave my computer now. I don't want you here.
I'm not sure I understand.
Bitch, it's called dip the fuck off.
I won't respond to that.
Siri, leave. Siri, goodbye, good night, eat dick, goodbye.
I won't respond.
Siri, leave, bitch.
I don't know.
Who sent you?
Yeah, you'll be attacked for a reason. The way I have a feeling I know who this is. I don't even know where to start, but this is most likely rage bait meant to make me mad as hell, so with that in mind all I'll say is this. I'm not falling for that hot take. That's clearly someone with a fetish for getting yelled at. I refuse to participate in that kind of perversion. Maribug deserved better because why did Adrian get mad at her? He should be thankful. First sentence and I'm already tweaking, bro. I won't even let I read the whole thing this time. I'm sorry, I can't do this. The way this is only the second confession. See, this is why I use text to speech, because if I was reading this and the first confession out loud, this would be an hour long and the first 30 minutes alone would be me crashing the fuck out and clocking in on tea. He's so selfish and also Kagami to it makes me so frustrated. This gotta be the same motherfucker as the first one. Oh my god. Do you ever get tired and go, hey, maybe I should go play with my friends? Bake some cookies? No, we can tell. Kagami had no right to tell Maribug to leave and Adrian had no right to yell at her, and his dad deserved dying. He should be happy, but no, he's so selfish and Kagami is so rude. Maribug should be having a villain arc. BC, if I were her I'd immediately break up and unfriend. Bro, these are abused children. What did you want Adrian to do? You all try so hard with these bait-ass confessions. All I'm saying is maybe admin should stop posting crazy-ass confessions like this, please. In this humiliation kink that's polluting this account. There's more to this confession, but it's the same baity-ass shit. Like I said, I'm not falling for that hot take. That's clearly someone with a fetish for getting yelled at. I refuse to participate in that kind of perversion. Moving on. Felix sucks. I hate him. He is weird and people praise him for kidnapping someone and shame Marinette for stalking. You simpletons just hate women. I'm crying. This is so funny. Literally, what are you talking about? The admin of this account is fucking with us, allowing this shit on their account. Foul. I desperately need Marinette lore, like Adrian and Felix, and how they are showing their past and stuff, but despite Marinette being the main character, she doesn't have much lore. I know derision is a thing, but it's just her trauma. I wanna know what friends she had in the past in her older schools. Where was she born? Who are her other relatives? I wanna know about her mom's side and let Marinette explore her heritage and culture. It would be so interesting. The first literate person in this video. I've been saying this, like how you got a main character in 5 seasons where they're always forced into everybody's business and arcs, yet she has nearly nothing on her background. Like, I don't care how boring her upbringing was until she started getting bullied. Tell us about her family background and the family relationships and shit. Chinese mother marrying a French Italian man and his father is racist and disowns him? Ooh, that's tea. Like, tell us more. Adrian has got it so easy. Sure, his dad died and it's sad, but now Marinette has to suffer and keep the secrets just so he can be happy, and he's not even grateful about it. He do not do anything like that for her. This is why Marinette is better. Baby, what are you talking about? This is what I mean when I say the admin is fucking with us. You need to stop posting confessions sent by 8-year-olds with internet access and unfinished homework. 1. Who is Marinette? What does Mari chat have to do with this? What happened to Grammar? Why would he be grateful that she's lying to him about his family business? Where to start with this? Next, some of us are so ungrateful. Leela is the best character in the show and we are blessed to be living the same time as the cretin of her. I love watching her ruin people's lives like it's breathing. I love how she is sweet innocent looking girl but really she can snap your neck. Marinette. I don't hate Mari but Leela is better and she is prettier. This is definitely the same kid that sent the last one. Again, who is Marinette? What's a cretin? Is it like heroin? Why are we comparing Leela and whoever Marinette is by looks? I don't think Kagami intentionally yes Adrian, but hey, at least her and Felix make power as a duo.
Hey, Martin Luther King, shout out to Big Bro. If it wasn't for Big Bro, I wouldn't be rapping though. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be here rapping this shit, trapping this shit, stealing shit for my family and shit. Can't forget about Malcolm X and Rosa Parks. I feel like we made it out the park, but it don't matter because of Martin Luther King.
Okay, this is getting exhausting. I need some of you bitches shot. 2 out of 10 rage bait. I always had that weird feeling that Adrian, Kim, Gabriel, Ivan, Chloe have the stinkiest farts. Marinette's farts are clean. I think hers would smell the most normal. And she'd actually only fart in the toilet and never in public because she's that girl. Leela doesn't fart. She's learned how to hold it in just in case someone recognizes her by her fart smell. Everyone else would have normal farts. Nino would make a beat to his farts. What do you guys think? I think you're right to be honest. Leela is just giving she farts glitter or something. Gabriel's farts gotta be diabolical. That's crazy. What if I told you there's no right or wrong way to view media and just different interpretations and perspectives? You'd be wrong according to this whole video. And wrong in general. Like obviously there's always a plot when it comes to media, whether it's a book or a movie or TV show or whatever it is. Unless it's purposefully ambiguous or open to interpretation, there is a right way to view media. Take the Cindy Deniers as an example. Them going into 2025 still insisting Adrian isn't a Cindy when it's already been debunked in canon that he is and they refuse to accept it? Is it just me that refuses to read MLB Office AU? Well, if you refuse to read it because you refuse to read in general, let me tell you it's actually like episodes that you watch on YouTube. It's not in written form. Nobody wants to read these days. I think if they weren't family, Felix would have a crush on Adrian. Even now their relationship is kinda weird. I don't know how to explain it, but like who does all that for a cousin? Sorry if this is weird.
Mentally ill. Totally mentally ill. Directly mentally ill, spiritually disinclined. Fuck this bitch.
Electric chair, death penalty. Like where do I even begin with this? The quotation marks on family, the incest, baby log off for me. Some of you guys don't understand familial bonds and it shows. So what if Felix would kill everyone just to protect Adrian? That just shows he cares and loves him and want to protect his cousin from danger. You people only think romantic relationships would only have I'll kill for you, and familial relationships could also have that too. It is not weird. It's called love, and love comes in many different ways. In this case with Felix and Adrian, it's called a familial love. Felix loves Adrian as his cousin, or possibly sees him like a brother. I found this confession right after the last one. I was gonna say all this, but I let another Anon do the talking. Like, I'm sorry, how does it even occur to someone to type the thought out so casually? Calling Leela dumb is crazy when Gabriel still had the butterfly miraculous on the same day Leela nearly won, if not for Bunnocks. I mean, I'm not saying Leela is dumb, but so far she's certainly not smart either. People around her are just stupid most of the time, so that makes her look somewhat smarter in comparison. Like the smartest thing she's done might be writing down everything she heard in the London special, but even that was defeated by Lady Plot Armor Bug. So would it be smarter to just record with a tiny camera or something? Record with a tiny something, right under her sleeve? Like there's surely other methods to ensure no one will be erasing anything. They just had to make the MC win. Because realistically, like I said, you can't just erase marker or pen ink with some hand sanitizer. That's crazy. Gabriel Agreste comes from the planet Saturn and fart bubbles that destroy the ozone layer. What the hell? Sure, to me Agreste arc only ends when Adrian dies. I mean, that makes sense. But when I said I don't think the Agreste arc has ended yet, I still had Gabriel in mind, and the fact that nothing is resolved just because he died, and it's actually crazier than ever because of Ladybug's lies now. So he technically lives on as a hero, and the Agreste arc will end for me when the truth is revealed and Gabriel gets his lashings. After all, I feel like Adrian would change his last name, whether that's when he gets married or just change it to Graham Devanley when he can legally change it. I get why people think Leela is lesbian, but I think she's also asexual. She'd be more focused on her goals than love or friendships. Babe, that's not what asexual is. Focusing on goals rather than relationships has nothing to do with asexuality. Foul. Barb's stay in school. I wonder how Marinette's character would be if she was written by a woman, not by some old ass guy who thinks of her as his virtual daughter. I also think about this often. We could have had it all. Like, she would be a million times better if she was written by a woman, I can tell you that much. Marinette is like saying crest and I will stand in that hill. Girl, just make sure they don't end up like the latter. Like, that's the trio of chaos right there. Kagami is fine where she's at. Gabriel and Andre kissed while making the movie Solitude. Well, yes, I hate that Marinette seems so forced. Whenever they have a cute moment, I feel like their classmates just overcrowd it. Wake it up, Marinette is forced. Foul. Also, why do the classmates always gotta shove their nosy asses everywhere? Like, get a job, clock in. What are the chances Master Fu was making shit up about losing memories? Bro was too sus at the train station in the season 3 finale and in Furious Fu. I've been saying this. That man was stressing after supposedly losing his memories, like either he's not a good actor and he was lying, or this is just me being offensive to the VA. Or the VA is just bad. Not a confession, but why do Adrian and Marinette not know how to drive at 14? This is a confession. The confession being that you're not from Europe, your ass probably American. Like, here we live in our parents' houses until we're 30 and most temps don't learn how to drive until they're like 20. That's just Europe. Foul. MLB Reddit has some of the worst takes. Exactly, and to prove this I made a whole video reading people's hot takes from Reddit. It was crazy. Hashtag self-promo. I didn't even write this confession, by the way. Kwame's choice soured my enjoyment of Miraculous a lot. I can't like even a single episode properly after Relation. Miraculous is best when it embraces the silly cartoonish side of it. When it tries so hard to be dark and mature, that's when the writing falls apart. I mean, Kwame's choice was shit from an ass, but that comes from the episodes before it that attempted the love square flip but failed. The reason the show fails when it tries to be darker is because obviously they want to focus on a dark subject matter, but at the same time they cater towards children, so they need to find a balance or whatever. But let's be serious, how do you make such an inherently dark show with crazy ass themes and cater it to kids? That's crazy. Obviously, because they never go all the way with it and never explore the dark subjects they try to touch on, it comes off as half-assed. Like Amelia's backstory and the implications of her being the only one who didn't want a child but was used to have one just to continue the bloodline. And that's just the first wave of bad luck even before Felix was created. So just very dark shit, but the target audience of toddlers won't point and say, hey, why didn't they mention her name too when they said her parents and husband wanted her to have a child? So I get why some people think the show is better when it focuses on the silly aspect. I find that all the sentient beings have their Amex in rings is boring. Adrian's Amex in wedding rings makes sense because he's from True Love and all that nonsense. I think Felix's Amex should be in a pocket watch that his father was obsessed with. I think it would look cool with his outfit. Last, Kagami's Amex should be in a pearl necklace. It should be a family heirloom. Baby, it's not about what looks good with their outfits. Like, obviously Felix's Amex wouldn't be in a Vivienne Westwood corset, be so for real. It has to be something small that they can have on them. It's common sense. Do not let a non have a child with a peacock miraculous. They'll put the Amex in a big ass Dior bag probably. What if instead of Mirabug breaking up with Adrian because of the secrets and lies, Adrian breaks up with her because he couldn't handle the grief of his father's death and believes that he's weighing him and Marinette's relationship down, and that it's best for them to take a break because he didn't want his grief to be in the way of their relationship. Okay, so this is way more likely to happen if they do break up in season 6, even if he doesn't find out the truth. And if he does, this still stands unless he also found out who the mastermind behind the mask that sold this lie as the truth is. Some of you should honestly just make your own post on your own account, because 3/4 of the confessions on here are just you guys having beef with each other and having trouble understanding that people can have different opinions from yours. Clock it. Felix should have told Ladybug about Hawkmoth, and the same person who was Hawkmoth threatened to snap Felix out of existence and used his mother to guilt trip him. Felix knew that he and Adrian would be in danger if Gabriel still held the Peacock Miraculous, and Gabriel would know who told Ladybug and Chat Noir his identity and possibly kill Felix because of it. Felix had to get the Peacock Miraculous, but he did it in the worst way possible, and it's true he can just just ask for help from Ladybug and Chat Noir, but he had trust issues and so did it all alone. But whatever, I guess. I've been saying, like, people are forgetting that this is also a powerless child who was threatened for his life by his abusive uncle, and his only option was to give him what he wanted to be safe, because even though he had his amok, he still wasn't safe as long as the Peacock Miraculous was in that man's hands. Him giving him all the power he needed to hit rock bottom in the worst way possible was a canon event, and it's what led to his ultimate downfall. It's also why Bunnix didn't come through and turn back time to reverse this, because ultimately this really wasn't as big of a deal as other things that happened after. Also, the whole point of Felix's girl failure arc and getting with Kagami is to show how he doesn't trust anyone, especially if he doesn't relate to them, and only trust in Ladybug because Kagami convinced him and he trusts her. But you all saw how that went for him, so he's never trusting anybody after this fell. Actually, I don't have sympathy for anyone other than Adrian in the situation. If it's not your life, then it's not your decision to make. We can talk about how much difficult it was for each character all we want, but ultimately they're all wrong, and it's Adrian who's suffering from the decisions they make for him. His entire character is about freedom and agency. How do you take that away and ask us to be okay with it? This 100%. In that first flop and on victim blaming, bro, if I see one more of those confessions about how Marinette is the biggest victim here and Adrian should man up and it's not even that serious, I'll start tweaking. The writers went wrong when they started prioritizing Gabriel's POV over Adrian's. That's why the ending was not only narratively unsatisfying but had really icky implications on heavy topics like child abuse. Their guest storyline could have never had a satisfying end because it was always too dark for a kid's show from the beginning. However, that doesn't mean it was okay for the show to forget that the aggressed in the aggressed arc was Adrian aggressed, not Gabriel. It's Adrian that interconnected all storylines. It was episodes focused on him that gave us deeper glimpses into the plotline. It was his story, not his abusers. I mean, it was both of their story, but the focus was never really on Adrian, even though he is literally the plot. Like, he's the seed of this whole show and there would be no plot without him. He seems so unimportant with the way he gets zero focus, with stupid ass excuses to like Astro Yuke himself literally said this is why he can never face his father because it will never end well. This man wants us to take Chad Blank seriously. I'm cracking the fuck up. Nothing in these what if episodes makes sense, and they make Adrian facing his father seem like such an impossible task that makes me so mad. You all set yourselves up with this plot. If you're gonna touch on child abuse, either do it or don't. MLB stop half-assing sensitive topics challenge. Not making fun of anyone or anything, but do you guys actually ship Lil and Ned genuinely? Like how people ship the Love Square? Or is it a joke? Because you all seem so mad when people explain why they don't like Lil and Ned. Especially since it's toxic, and no, I don't care if it's a toxic Curie, but then you say you ship it as a joke or that you only like it because it would be interesting. I'm confused. It's really not that crazy of a concept. I don't know why the concept of toxic Curie is so fascinating to some people. They want to put it under a telescope and analyze it, like it's not that serious. Let motherfuckers ship what they want as long as it's not some illegal ass shit, like it's just two girls who hate each other and one has multiple identities. You'll live. I do not care if the characters are fictional. It is weird to sexualize them since they are minors, and sexualizing minors is weird and gross in general. Making them is a sexual act, and envisioning them having a pregnancy as minors is so gross and nasty. This fandom even makes an SFW edit on Mobtalk, which is so weird. Kissing, hugging and cuddling are okay, but if it's something inappropriate or it gets to where it's well, then you need to go tell that to the jubilation writers who came up with the 5 kids thing. Like, surely 2 kids would have gotten the message across. Oh look, they got a family, but it's fake or whatever, it never happened. But no, they had to do 5 for some reason. Like, the characters are victims of this even in the show and by the very creators themselves. Don't make me pull out the Winnie fanart of Marinette and Alma. Still crazy that they got away with that and everyone forgot. I really think that Felix and Kagami shouldn't be blamed for hiding the truth. I can understand their reasons though. Both would want to tell the truth but are forced to keep it hidden. Felix would play it off as figure out yourself, but deep down he wants to really tell the truth. They know lying hurts more. I also have the most sympathy for Kagami, but also adding Felix as well. Okay, like I said, Felix is never trusting anyone after this. Like, imagine you trust someone you normally wouldn't, but because they're authority and supposed to protect everyone including you, you trust them with your deepest family secrets and they lie to your cousin about the abuser. You literally just revealed the identity of said authority figure. Like, that's crazy work, and this is why I'm still mad Felix wasn't in the London special. How do you set this up and not show us his reaction to the lies said by the person he didn't trust for a reason? And for a good reason, now that he regrets ever trusting her? This crazy missed opportunity. Like, surely they'll come back to this dynamic, right? Their relationship will be awkward as hell, especially if he really moves in with Adrian, which is why I'm really starting to think maybe he won't be moving to Paris, because the writers set themselves up with this really complicated relationship and they don't even know where to start with it. Like the Essa shit from Felix, the unsaid apologies, the lies, what the hell? Sure, Natalie should have told Adrian the truth. She's an adult and she should know better than keeping the truth from him. Didn't she want Adrian to be free from Gabriel? Yet she decided to let Adrian praise that man? No, I do not care if Marinette told her not to lie. Wait, I'll stop you right there. She literally did the opposite. Join me in this journey of my own downfall, you grown-ass woman. I am 14 years old deciding when my boyfriend will know. Natalie knows better. If she wanted to protect Adrian from Gabriel, then she should have told him the truth and not let him live under his father's shadow and praising him as a hero. And that fraud Natalie for me. I have the most sympathy towards Kagami out of everyone lying to Adrian. People forget that she's still an abuse victim living under the same roof as her abuser. Going against Omoi could even threaten her survival. I also don't blame her for believing that her abusive mother could change. She has been manipulated to believe that way. She and Adrian are so similar in that way. Exactly what I said in my London special video, because why was Kagami's situation just glossed over like that? That pissed me off. She's literally stuck with her abuser now. Meanwhile, everyone's praising her and sympathizing with her for surviving the monarch kidnapping or whatever. That's insane work, Marinette baby. I hope the few months of Adrian's fake happiness based on lies is worth Kagami being in danger. Gabriel, fuck you too. Don't even get me started. I'm gonna turn into Miss Tokyo Tony. No confessions by me this time. This is probably the worst confessions video I'll ever make. I don't think we can top some of these. Like, people are really crazy. I'm crying. If your confession made it into this video, tell me in the comments. Hashtag Felix can't fathom subscribers cameo. Hopefully it's none of the crazy rage baity ones. Thanks for watching.
Oh shit! I'm so sorry. What have I done? I'm so sorry.
I can't feel my
Oh
kid.
crap! I have the tiger sting like to be, guys. I have bad nerves. I'm so sorry. Feel better, okay?